This is First Fire, a collection of tutorials for new and returning players and introductory games with new and returning players. In this game, I'm playing Dominic, who is a new ASL player. We are playing S2 War of the Rats. Dominic is on the attack with the Germans.
Let's see if I planned this correctly. Let's start with this plan. Alright, so I'm first going to prep fire with my light machine gun here on B7 to your guys on E8.
Okay.
Let's go over how these guns work. The 3's the range and the... What's
the
first?
Other way around. Firepower is the 3, range is
and,
8.
And underlying...
Squad, that is spray fire, which we don't have in SK.
Okay, cool.
So, and then the squad is 4 firepower with a 6 hex range. Again, they have spray fire, but it's not applicable to SK. And their morale is a 7.
So it's a 7 plus 3. And that's going to be a 6 plus 3.
Correct.
Oh, there we go. So 6 on 6 is a morale check plus 1.
Yep. He breaks.
Nice.
And you notice you got 1 on the colored die.
Mm-hmm.
So that means your light machine gun retained rate of fire.
And I can continue firing, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead, and it's just a machine gun. It's not the guy. So it's only the 3, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot at these guys here at F7.
All right.
So it's a 3 plus 3. Right? Or 2 plus 3.
2 plus 3.
All right. 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think that does anything. Nope, it does not. Okay, so I'm going to do my medium machine gun fire against your guys at F7. So it's going to be a 9 plus 3. No, 9 plus 2.
Correct.
12, which is nothing. And then I'm going to do prep fire against this unit here against your light machine gun. My light machine gun against your light machine gun.
Okay.
So that'll be up. Oh, they all have... So do they all have smoke, all my German units?
They do all have a smoke exponent. The 4, 6, 7s have a 1. You roll a single die, and if you roll a 1, then you get the smoke.
Okay.
The 5, 4, 8s, they normally have a 2, but this scenario has an SSR that adds a plus 2 for the smoke roll for the assault engineers, the 5, 4, 8s.
So the light machine gun here is shooting at a 6 plus 3. 8, 9, 10, 11. That's going to be nothing. And then this group here is going to do the same thing. 7, 8, 9. 9, nope. And I'm done prep firing. Movement phase. The flamethrower only has a range of 1, right?
Yes, but you can fire at long range at half firepower.
And long range is only double the amount of range, right? And then there's... You can't fire, it's over that amount?
Correct.
Or it doesn't matter? Or it does matter. Okay, yeah, cool. And how far can smoke can only be thrown next, right?
Either in your hex or an adjacent hex. So it costs 1 movement factor to place it in your hex, 2 movement factors to place it in an adjacent hex.
I can assault and pop smoke, right? Or no?
It depends on where you're going to go. To assault move, you must expend fewer than your available movement factors. So a squad normally has 4 movement factors. If he expends 2 movement factors to place a smoke, you can do that using assault movement and stay in that hex. If you didn't want to stay in the hex, you could still move to an adjacent hex as long as you expend fewer than 4 movement factors. To move into smoke, it's 1 movement factor plus the cost of terrain. So let's take an example. The 5, 4, 8 there. If he declares assault movement and is fortunate, places a smoke there, that's 2 movement factors. Now he cannot move into the smoke because that would be a total of 4, and he already declared assault movement. But he could move into that hex if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Of course, then I've got a
clear
shot there where you're moving in the open.
I know in game it would have to be in game, but is it during the rally phase or the what? Like, can I basically hand off like a support weapon to one group to another group?
Yes. Good order units can swap possession of support weapons in the rally phase.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to test my luck. I'm gonna use the half squad in C7 to try to pop smoke into D8.
The 467.
And I'm gonna try to into D7. I'm gonna try to pop smoke into D7. Oh,
Wow.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I
Usually,
will.
for the units that have a smoke exponent of 1, it's usually an act of desperation to get a smoke.
Yeah. Well, I looked at my placement and I feel like I'm gonna have there's gonna be a lot of acts of desperation for me. Now I'm gonna okay. So they did that, and I put a move on them, right? Because that's technically a
Yes,
movement.
correct.
All right, moved, and then I'm
Now I
gonna
have
go
an
ahead and
opportunity. You've just expended 2 movement factors. I have an
Mhm.
opportunity to fire at you up to 2 times with each unit. So,
Yeah,
but I'm not going to.
you're so kind. Now I'm gonna assault move into the smoke with my elite squad.
Okay, so the 467 is done moving.
Yep.
Okay, all right, you're there.
Yep. And let me just smoke goes on top, right?
Yes.
All right. Let me just do that. Let me just fix
Yeah, the
this real
convention
quick.
is to place support weapons on top of the unit that possesses them.
Yeah. All right. There we go. We are now kosher on the board.
All right.
So I assaulted in there. Anything?
No shots.
I'm gonna assault with my leader.
Okay. No shots.
This unit here, the bottom assault unit, is going to pop a smoke into F6. There we go.
And you didn't declare assault movement, so I'm going to
Do I have
assume
to
it was
declare?
yes.
Well, I have to declare assault while I'm throwing in the smoke.
Yes. Anytime you are going to expend a movement factor before you start to move, you must
Oh.
declare
Okay.
whether it's assault movement or not,
Even if I'm not moving.
even if you're not moving, because you are moving. You're expending movement factors.
Right. Yes.
So I'm
So
assuming non-assault since you didn't declare it.
yeah, let's just say non-assault.
Okay. So, but you do get to place a smoke before I get to fire anything. No shots.
Okay. And now I'm gonna move. I get assault. Move him in there right now.
Is that the one who places smoke?
Yeah.
So it's not assault
Oh
movement.
yeah,
You're
you can't. Yeah, because it's two. It's two. So it's gonna be the one that didn't place the smoke is gonna move
that
in
did
there.
not place the smoke.
Yeah.
Okay. So the one that did place the smoke is done moving.
Yep. He's there. I have put the movement marker on him.
Okay. So that's assault movement. Okay. He's
Mhm.
there.
And then I'm gonna assault move with my leader.
Okay. So let's talk about what the leader can do here. He has 6 movement factors. He just expended 2 movement factors to move into the
Mhm.
hex. He has 4 movement factors remaining. It costs 2 movement factors to place a demo charge. You could still do that using assault movement because you will still have expended fewer than 6 movement factors. So I am not going to shoot.
So I'm gonna go ahead and place the DC on G7.
Just for education, let's say
Please
I had made the choice to
fire.
first fire him. That would be 8 firepower plus 2 because you're in the
Mhm.
smoke. So then there would be a 4 residual on there. Now, and if I did that when you were placing the smoke, then in your act of placing the smoke expends 2 movement factor, you have not been subject to the residual yet. So I would be able to roll a 4 plus 2 just for the residual because you're expending movement factors in the residual. If you pass that, then you've still expended 2 movement factors. I could both final fire and final protective fire. All of those shots would be halved and doubled, so they'd be 4 plus 2. So it'd be a 4 plus 2 for the residual, 4+2 for the final fire, and then if I decided to do it, a 4+2 for final protective fire. If you survived all of those, then the demo charge is placed. If you are pinned or broken from any of those attacks, the demo charge does not get placed. So demo charges are a little bit different from smoke or other movement actions in that you're expending the movement factor to place the demo charge, but all of the attacks associated with that movement will be resolved prior to the demo charge actually getting placed. All right, but I didn't do that. I probably should have. So what I will do, though, is I'm going to first fire with the placement of the demo charge. So that's going to be an 8+2. So it's a 6 on the 8.
One morale check, and I'm checking just the leader, right?
Just the leader.
All right. So it's going to be a +1 morale check.
Correct.
7, 8. So is he pinned?
He is pinned. He rolled his final die roll is his exact morale, so he's pinned, and the demo charge does not get placed.
So it goes back to him, right?
It goes back to him. So I'll slide it. Okay, you've got it.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
That worked out.
Anything else for you, or can I keep moving?
No more shots.
All right. I am going to assault move here.
All right. I am going to final fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a 4 minus 1. I'm halved for subsequent first fire, doubled for point blank fire, and you get a -1 for moving in the open. 9 on the 4 is going to be nothing. This probably. He's going to first fire. He's going to go 2 down 1 at the 447. So he's 2 because it's long range, 3 hexes. The line of sight is open. Oh.
Ooh.
Well, so you're looking at that and you're thinking, that's terrible for you, right?
You cower, though.
I cower, and he's inexperienced. He's a conscript. So
You are
conscripts are inexperienced double cower. He was firing on the 2 firepower column. Double cower is off the chart. So once to the 1 and a second time off. So there is no effect and no residual from that. And to boot, he has final fired.
Ready? Can I go? Or are you still?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm going to assault into here.
Fire these guys. 6 down 1. Ugh. And he final fires. He cowers. 9 on the 6 is a miss. And actually it wasn't even on the 6. It would be on the 4 since
5.
he cowered.
4.
Does leave residual. No other shots.
Now, do you think it's worth for me to pop smoke into J4 even though you already final fired?
I can final protective fire.
Right? Yeah. So I'm going to do that. Pop some smoke into J4.
Okay. Assault move or normal movement?
Normal.
All right.
Because you can't fire at me because I'm away. I'm too far away from you, aren't I?
I cannot fire protective fire except against an adjacent unit. But it does make a difference because if you used assault movement, you wouldn't be able to move into the hex that you place the smoke.
Exactly. That's why I'm not using assault movement. I'm just
throwing
smoke. And now I'm going to move into there.
So I'm going to final protective fire the conscript.
Yeah,
so
cool.
4 plus 2, 4 plus 1, -1 non-assault, +2 for the smoke. All right, he breaks.
You break because you're doing the final, and it went over your morale.
Yes. Okay.
I'm going to assault move my leader into smoke.
Okay.
And I think I am done with all my movements.
So we move on to defensive fire. The residuals are removed. I'm going to start here. He's going to go 4 even against everybody there.
Mm-hmm.
9 on 4, I think, is nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Oh, the squad that has a flamethrower actually incurs a -1 because of the flamethrower.
That's an 8. You still don't get anything.
Yep. I'm going to take... I'm going to go 8 even there. So that's a pin check. Your leader's already pinned.
So I just have to do a
Task check for
morale
the
check.
squad.
Yeah.
Task check.
Class
DC.
check. 6.
He passes.
Yeah.
He is going to go 8 even there.
Oh.
That's going to be painful, and I
Morale
kept
check.
8 on the machine gun. So 5 on the 8.
Wait, where are you firing from again? I'm sorry. The
2MC. I was firing from here.
Okay, and you're firing at
The right there.
cool.
So it goes right down the hex bind. +1 for the hindrance,
Mhm.
-1 for my leader. So
Mhm.
5 on the 8 is a 2 check. And
So it's gonna be
I kept right.
it's gonna be a 3, or it's gonna be a +1 for the leader, right?
His leadership modifier is not applied for himself.
Okay. Okay.
So he's a 9 + 2.
All right. I'll take that. That's a
Okay.
6.
So now you can apply his leadership modifier to
To
the
the
squad. So now it's going to be an 8 + 1.
pinned.
Yes. I'm going to fire again since I kept rate. So now it's going to be a 4 even. That's no effect, no rate.
And you cower, don't you? Or does it matter?
Leader directed, so he does.
Okay.
When it's leader directed, it does not cower. He is going to go 6 even, the same spot. See, it's open. 6 on the 6
1 morale check.
is a 1 check.
4.
Leader
I got
passes, and the squad. Oh, actually, you know what? It just occurred to me. Your leader was already pinned, right?
Which one? The one over here?
Here, the leader was
No,
already pinned.
he was never pinned. The one over here was pinned.
So why is there? Oh, the squad is
Oh,
pinned. Right,
the
the
squad's
squad is
pinned.
pinned. Okay, so let's put the pin marker on top of the squad.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was thinking on top of the DC because that's the squad was carrying it.
Oh, the squad is carrying the DC? Okay.
Yeah, well, I made some mistakes with who should be carrying what, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not wrong to give it to the squad. No problem with that. Okay, so your leader passed that morale check. Now the squad takes it's a normal. It was a 1 check with now a -1 for the leader, so it's a morale check for the squad. Here.
Yep. 7, 8, they're still pinned.
I don't think it's open, but I'm going to do this. 8 + 3 there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check from P5. Oh, it is. Okay. No effect. That's going to be it.
All right.
Remove the defense fire. Sorry, let's advance it. Okay. Advancing fire phase.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot my flamethrower at F6. So
Okay.
it's going to be 20. You don't. Do you add the elite with the flamethrower? Or no, it's just the flamethrower is being fired.
You mean add the leadership modifier?
No, like it would be a 24, it would be 29.
No, you never go up. So
Okay.
it's It's 24 firepower factor when you're adjacent.
And it's half with
And it's half of that since you're at long range. Flamethrowers are never doubled for point blank fire, and they are not halved for advancing fire. And no TMs or leadership modifiers apply. So it's going to be a 12 even.
7 on a 12 is a morale check +1.
Any breaks?
If you advance fire, you can't advance move, right?
If you prep fire, you cannot move. If you advance fire, you can still advance.
All right. If that's the case, I'm going to advance fire. Is it worth it?
There's no reason not to for all of these cases.
Yeah, so I'm going to advance fire from I5 to K5.
Let's take a look at what is available for you. Obviously, this guy is advancing fire phase, so it's halved to 2 firepower.
Mm-hmm.
Your 548 there, he has a fire.
They're all pinned.
They can still fire. They cannot advance. They can fire. They are halved. So the 548, he has assault fire. So first, he's halved for advancing fire, so it's 2.5. He's halved again because he's pinned. Takes him to a 1 1/4. And then he's doubled for point blank range, back to 2.5. He has assault fire, so +1 to 3.5 and round up to 4. So together,
it'd be
he's 4. That's 2. That's 6. So you could do a 6 + 3, or you could do a 2 + 3 and a 4 + 2 to be directed.
I do 6 + 3. 9.
That's a miss, maybe.
That's a miss. Yeah, just barely a miss. Yeah. That's fire. And then these two here, all 3 of these will fire on here.
Okay, so figure out the math. What do you have?
We have 2 with the regular unit, the 467.
Okay, but it's point blank range, so it's halved for advancing fire and doubled for point blank range.
It'll be 4. Mm-hmm. This group here, 5, is halved to 2.5. Then it's another half to a 1 1/4. But then you double it for being close, and then so that's back to 2.5, and then it's +1 because they're assault, so it's 3.5.
Mm-hmm. And then round up
to 4. So right now we have 8. And then for this group, it's going to be just half. So it'll be 2.5. Then you go up to 3.5 because of assault, and that'll be 4 for them. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 3.
Correct.
5, 6, 7, 8 on a 12 is what morale check +1.
Yeah. Okay. Any breaks? This is going to be a quick game.
You know what? I'm going to advance fire from C7 to F9. So it's going to be a 2 + 3.
If you do a 2 + 3, what is the best result that you can get from that? If you roll a 3, what's the result?
Roll a 3.
Well,
what I should have done is
2 + 3. If you rolled a 3, you'd get a 6. Right? If you rolled a 3, 3 + 3 is 6. On the 2 column is a pin task check. Even if I pin, you're not going to be advancing it. You can't advance in that hex. You're not adjacent. If you rolled snake eyes, you would cower. A 2 + 3 on the 1 column is also a pin task check. Mm-hmm. So in this particular case, a 2 + 3 isn't going to do you any good. But could you improve your odds? You haven't fired these guys.
Well, I did fire them. They fired into this building.
The flamethrower fired there. In the case of support weapons, you can fire both. Just because he fired the flamethrower doesn't mean that he can't use his inherent firepower.
Okay. So that's where I was confused. I thought they were already done. So then I would definitely do the 9. What would be 2 from them, and it'd be the 4 from them, so it'd be a 6
6
plus 3.
plus 3. Yes.
Yeah. And the leader doesn't come in because he was used with the flame, or he can be used, can't he?
Leaders, no leadership
No.
modifier when you're firing a flamethrower, but your fire group is 2 different hexes, and the leader's only in one of them, so the leadership
Yeah.
modifier would not apply.
Yeah. So yeah, so 6
Although
plus
the leaders, here's the option though. So you fired the flamethrower, you've got the leader there. You could do a 4 plus 1 or a 6 plus 3. So to get a result on a 6 plus 3, you need to roll a 4 to get a normal morale check. For the 4 plus 1, you need to roll a 5 or better.
So the odds are better to do the 4 plus 1. Let's do that then. Nope.
Didn't matter either way.
Nope. So we'll just put this back on top. All right, I'm done with my advanced fire.
Okay, so clear all the prep fire counters.
And then
we'll clear the move tags. And advance to route phase.
I have nothing to route on my end.
Nothing to route, unfortunately. I have a lot of things. I have to move to the nearest woods or building hex in movement factors. It brings me no closer to a known enemy unit. He can definitely see him. Probably cannot see him. He's going to go 2, 4, and now I can see these guys up there, so I have to stop there. I can't continue. This guy is going to go, well, he can't go here, can't go there, so therefore he has to go here, is his target hex. So he's going to go there and he's going to stop. This guy cannot go there, cannot go there, so he has to move the next nearest building woods hex in movement factors is either H8 or that would be no closer. You can see these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I guess he could go here unless he can see them. Probably can see them.
Yeah, I think you can see them.
Yeah. So therefore would be there. He could choose to ignore that hex if he wanted to, because it's the same distance from here. It's 3 hexes and 3 hexes. Whichever target hex I choose, I can either take interdiction, because this is in normal range and line of sight of lots of people, and this, oh, you know what, that one might be safe. All your guys here are pinned. Oh, but he's good order. That's going to be in line of sight in normal range. So these guys, since they're pinned, their firepower is halved. They cannot interdict, but he can. So I'm going to low crawl there. This guy can't go there. It's not open ground, so he's not going to take interdiction. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are my routes.
Okay. Advance phase. Everyone's advancing, except for the pins units. Mm-hmm. So they're going to advance into here.
Okay.
He's going to advance... let's do this first. They're going to advance into here. They're going to advance into here. These guys are advancing. These guys are advancing. These guys are advancing. These guys are advancing. All these guys are pinned, right?
In which hex?
This one right here. J4.
Yeah, not the leader.
Not the leader. The leader's moving in. Mm-hmm. And I think that's it. Close combat. Nothing. Our rally phase.
Okay, so now we've passed the close combat phase. Flip over the turn counter. and we remove all the pin markers and clear the moves. It's my turn, so
Sorry.
there's some things that happen first. So the first thing I do is reinforcements. In this scenario, I roll a single die. If I roll less than the turn number, then I get reinforcements. It's turn 1. I can't roll less than 1, so I'm not gonna do that. Let's see. Support weapons. I'm not doing anything. It's my turn. I can do a self rally. Everybody who's broken has a +4, so I'd have to roll a 1 with 2 dice. So that's not going to happen. This guy.
You got to bring your -1 die with you next time.
Yeah, exactly. This guy, he's 5 morale, +4, but -1 rally terrain. Nope. And here, he's 5 morale, +4 for DM, -1 for the leader, -1 for the rally terrain. So it's going to be a 5 + 2. Nope. All right. DMs come off of every. Well, if you're still you're adjacent to me, so or there's an enemy unit adjacent to these guys, so the DM counters must remain on. The DM counters must come off of these guys because they are in rally terrain, a woods or a building hex. So my rally is done.
And all I'm going to do is give the demolition charger to the leader in this hex. And in this one, I'm going to give the leader the machine gun.
You're going to give the leader the machine gun? Leaders,
they can't use the machine gun?
They can. Limitations with this. So the machine gun is 3 portage points. The leader only has a capacity of 1 portage point. So he can't carry that. Well,
if it's
actually, maybe
stationary,
he could. I have to look at the rules, but to see if he's just reduced 2 movement factors because it's over 2. But I think there's some limit on that. I have to double check. Also, if he has possession of the machine gun by himself, he fires that at half firepower.
Okay.
So machine guns aren't something that you want to give to a leader.
Okay, so we'll leave the machine gun with the unit.
All right.
And I can't do that one. And same thing with the flamethrower too, with the leader. Same thing with the machine gun. Same idea.
Well, flamethrower is a different animal as well as demo charges. Light machine gun's only 1 portage point, so you might consider a leader carrying it if you really had to. But again, you're firing at half firepower, and you don't want to give that up. But the flamethrower, he can fire that at full firepower. So there's nothing wrong with a leader carrying the flamethrower, with the exception of if the leader is carrying that flamethrower, he's a little bit more of a hazard because there's a -1 to any IFT roll against him. And then if he's going to fire the flamethrower, then he cannot use his leadership modifier for any squad in his hex or to direct any fire.
Okay.
His modifier would apply to task checks or morale checks, but not to any attacks.
So we'll just leave. Okay, so that's then I'm done moving my stuff around.
Yeah. If I give a flamethrower or a demo charge to a leader, particularly a flamethrower, I'm going to give it to an 8-0 leader, not to a leader that has a minus capability.
1 or
I don't want to
muddle that.
Yeah, I don't want to muddle that or give that up.
Cool.
Demo charges I'll routinely give to an 8-0 leader because they have the 6 movement factor and the 8 morale.
Prep fire.
Okay, I'll advance this. Prep fire. Shouldn't do yeah. Shouldn't do this, but that's going to be a 12 even here in the road.
Okay.
Ugh.
I'm sorry for that roll.
Machine gun just mouthed. And actually, I should have done this first, but I guess it worked out since he's going to go 8 even here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 4 on the 8 is going to hurt. Doesn't cower because it's leader directed. That is a 2 check. And I kept rate of fire.
Nope, they're broke.
Also, all right, your morale is 8, an ELR of 3. So 8 plus 3 is 11. If your final die roll is greater than 11, then the squad ELRs. You rolled a 10. It was a 2MC, so your final die roll was a 12. So that squad is going to be degraded. So right-click on the counter, and you'll see HOB, which is Heat of Battle, which doesn't exist in SK, but that's where they put the ELR stuff. Select ELR, and you'll see. Oop, did you do it twice?
I just did it once.
What happened? Maybe I actually ended up selecting it. Do it again. That's interesting.
Is that supposed to go that low?
No, it should. Let me do something here. It should just go to a.
A 1?
Yeah.
A 4, 6, 7, 1?
Interesting. I want to see what happens here.
Should we do it for the other one?
Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Let's do this then. I'm just going to clone. I'm going to clone this 4, 6, 7. That's really weird. Delete that. All right. So now he's a first line squad. He's no longer elite, and you can break him.
Nah, I can break him. Now I break you. Okay.
So you notice he's no longer an elite squad, and he has possession of the demo charge. He can't swap possession of the demo charge until he's good order. If he uses the demo charge, the breakdown number for a non-elite unit is reduced by 2.
So it'll be a 10.
Yes, that's correct. And you'll notice the flamethrower, the breakdown number is a 10.
See.
So if a non-elite unit were to use it, it would be an 8. I kept rate. I'm going to do a 4 even again.
And your gun malfunctions.
Really short game. He's going to go 6 plus 3 here. And
nope.
That broke that machine gun.
So now remind me how. So the machine gun. Let's look at mine. It's the 3-8, and have the 1. So if I roll a 1 on the red, it continues fire.
Yes.
When do I know if it breaks? Because there's none of that. It doesn't have the
If
times.
there's no breakdown number on there, then the default is a 12.
Okay.
So if you roll boxcars, that support weapon breaks. You'll notice on my machine guns.
You flip it back. Yeah.
I have a B11. So if I roll an 11 or a 12, it malfunctions. All right, that's it for my prep fire.
Feel free to retreat during movement phase.
Yeah, that's going to be going on, trust me. Well, I may as well. He's going to go 1.
So I should most likely fire on you.
If you have line of sight.
Which I don't, so it doesn't matter. I forgot this building's one big building.
No. But you do have to pay attention to what other units may move, so you have to be...
But so my question is, let's say there was line of sight, for shits and giggles, right? And let's say I fired on that unit, right? And then you're going to move this the unit in F8 as well, right?
You can expect, yes.
Yeah. So because you're moving one away, and this one's also, well, you're going to move one away at least. You're going to move to G8 or G9 or whatever. Let's say those are all line of sight for the sake of this argument. And you move to, let's say, G9. Because you're still 2 away from me, I can still attack you.
Yes.
So, okay,
Oh well,
cool.
no. Let me. In this case, no. Let's just say that as you stated, you had line of sight here. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
let's do it. Let's move things around so it's
Makes
clear.
sense.
So let's say we were set up like this. So we weren't in the buildings. We're like this,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't moved. Nobody here has moved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I go 1,
Mm-hmm.
now you got to decide. Okay, you're going to shoot at him, and
Okay.
and let's say I assault move. So you'll have a 4-1 shot, and you decide you're going to do that. So you
Mm-hmm.
first fire, and you would leave a 2 residual.
Mm-hmm.
Now my my broken unit, he can't move. He can only move in the route phase. So my
Mm-hmm.
leader is going to move, and he's going to go 1. He has not final fired yet, but there is a known enemy unit closer. The broken unit
Oh,
doesn't have to be good order,
okay.
so he cannot fire there.
But let's say that broken unit wasn't there.
Then he could. If it was like
Okay.
this, then you could take the shot. Same distance is fine, as long as he's not a closer enemy unit,
Okay.
closer known enemy unit.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. This is really great. It's definitely like making the clearing up a lot of like little questions I have. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you gotta you really gotta play to understand the rules. All right, so let's go
Okay,
back
so you
here.
move to F9, and I can't fire anyways because I have no line of sight.
Conscripts only have 3 movement factors, so he's going to double time.
Okay.
Now he can go 5, so he's going to go 1, 2.
Do I have line of sight? Let me see something. I don't think I have line of sight of you in J5.
There's one way to find out. Take the shot.
No, I know, right? I
So
think,
from J5, you definitely do not have the line of sight because your
yeah,
line of sight goes down the hex spine, right, to
yeah,
J1, and it's going to go right through the middle of H8. So that
yeah.
one's easy to tell. One that not so easy to tell is, say, from
That's the one I'm
H6.
looking at now. Yeah, and I'm trying to like eye it right now.
Um, there's a video you can watch called the Geometry of ASL, and there's actually a little article that video is based on. And
I don't think
there's some math you can do, but the easiest thing you can do is just imagine, so you're in this hex and this hex, move closer to each other down hex rows until you're either adjacent or have a hex spine connecting. So in this case, I'm going to go 1 to there, and from here 1, and now I've got a hex spine that connects the 2. Or if I
I.
continued, I'd go 2 and 2, now they're adjacent. So the line of sight is going to go right through the middle of that hex spine, of the G8, H8 hex spine. So that will
Okay.
help you sort of envision. And let's say maybe if I were here, you go 1, 1, 2, 2. Sorry, that's not getting quite what I had in mind. Maybe if I'm trying to get one where it was
Right,
one.
kind of like
Oh,
slight sneak
yeah.
in, slight.
Well, let's say I'm in a hex that'd be F10, 11. This hex F11. So
Hmm.
I'd go 1, 1, 2, 2, and then they're connected by that full hex right there. So the line of sight is going to go right through the middle of G9.
Hmm.
And then if there's some other obstacle, then from G9 you can look this way as well. So it's going to go through the middle of that hex spine, and you can look the other way, there and there, and it's going to go right through the middle of that hex spine. So those are the kinds of things you can do to sort of to help yourself eyeball where that line of sight is.
Well, it looks like I don't have a line of sight on you still.
So no shots?
No shots.
3, 4.
All right, now I have a line of sight. I have to roll at least 2. No, I'm not going to fire.
So who are you looking at?
These guys.
All right. What's his range?
6.
Mm-hmm. So it's normal
So
range.
normal range.
So how much firepower do you bring to bear?
That'd be a 4 plus 3. No, 4 plus 2.
Almost. So you're +1 because I'm in woods.
Okay, woods is just 1.
Yeah.
Okay, and brown buildings
you're
are
gonna
2.
you're gonna have a hindrance.
Yep.
That'll be a +1.
So it's going to be a 4 plus 1, really, because of my leadership.
And I'm using non-assault movement. So that's an additional -1.
So it'll be a 4 even.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and try to shoot you on a 4 even.
Now there is one thing to consider. You know, you do have this guy, so and
Yeah.
I'm not giving you any suggestions about what you should do, but in deciding if you want to go after a
Low
CX,
unit
a
receiving.
conscript, or if you want to take a chance on this. Now this shot, that's going to be an 8+2 in the defensive fire phase. I can't move; he's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I broke him, so you're not going to be able to fire group or anything. So an 8+2 against a 7 morale, moderate odds, not great. But then a 4 even there against a conscript, probably slightly better odds of breaking him. So I don't know that there's necessarily the right answer, but these are the things that you want to weigh when you're deciding what shot you're going to take.
So quick question, though. If I do first fire on this unit here, right, down here, can't I do final fire still on this unit up here?
Yes, and you'd be halved and doubled, so it'd be, rather than an 8+2, it'd be a 4+2, which, maybe the whole point here is to, 4+2, maybe you'll pin me. Then I'm stuck there adjacent to you, and you'll be able to take care of me with the demo charge and prep fire. Lots of things to consider, which is another reason I just really love this game. There's so many different angles.
So I'm going to go ahead and take that shot at you.
All right.
And we said that was a 4 even.
Yes. That's a 9. What's the residual? So it's half of the firepower that's brought to bear. So you had 4 firepower. Half of that is 2. And then it's reduced 1 column for every positive modifier outside of the target hex.
We did 4 firepower. And it would be a 2, but I'm shooting through the orchard, so it would be really a 1.
Correct. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. How much do I want to tempt fate? He'll stop there. He's going to double time. 2, 4, 6. And he'll assault move there. He's going to assault move there. My leader is going to go 2.
All these guys in E8 are going to fire onto G9. So that's going to be 24 plus 1.
You're using the flamethrower?
Yeah, it's going to be half. So it'll be 12 plus 1.
No TM with a flamethrower.
Just 12 straight.
Correct.
Now, can I fire with the squad as well with the flamethrower or no?
No, flamethrowers cannot combine with either firepower or form a fire group.
Okay, but I can fire with the flamethrower and then fire with my squad with my leader and then, right? Like afterwards.
Yes.
Cool. So let's do flamethrower first.
All right.
So that's gonna be a 12 straight. Let's not do a morale check. Let's do an attack. Oh.
So flamethrowers do cower. So now you have final fired. So
and
6
I got
on the 8.
So morale check plus 1.
Okay. Check the line of sight.
Oh, does it not? Oh, god damn it. Okay. H6 is going to fire, though, into there.
Okay.
So that's going to be a 4 plus 3, right?
Be a 4 plus 2, plus 3 for the building, minus 1 non-assault.
Nope.
Don't forget your residual.
Oh, yeah. So it'd be a 2 residual.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I'm done with trying to shoot at that guy.
All right. 4.
So first, I'm going to fire with my light machine gun at J3. So 6 plus 3 with these guys. Let's see what we get. 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, nothing. Wait, wouldn't it have been plus 2, though, not plus 3, because no, it was an assault movement?
Oh, yes, sorry.
It doesn't matter. I still missed.
All right, so don't forget the residual.
It's going to be a 3.
Okay, but there is no 3 column.
Oh, so yeah, it's going to be just a 2 then.
Correct.
Still thinking?
Yeah.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure I didn't get disconnected.
5.
Let's do G6 is going to fire. So that's going to be a 5 minus 2,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm. So there's no 5 column, so it'll be a 4 minus 2.
4 minus 2, yeah.
You are in the 4 minus 2. You cowered to the 2 column. Half of 2 is 1, so there'll be a 1 residual if you have line of sight, which I think you do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that blew. You suck. You're no elite unit.
Now, he cowered, so he final fired, not first fired.
Oh, fire, yeah. Let's flip that. Let's go ahead and fire with this group here.
Okay,
For
you can't, because there is a...
Oh, the DM, yeah.
Adjacent.
Yeah, there's the enemy unit adjacent. But this guy can't either, right? Because this enemy unit's here.
Correct.
Okay. And no one else, I think, has a line of sight without being close by at the moment.
Mm-hmm. I think
So I just imagine your leader like bullets flying right behind his feet as he's like running through the buildings and through the fields.
Exactly.
I'm done with trying to shoot at that leader. That lucky number 7.
Yep. So now you had this thought about, are you going to fire on him? You're questioning, well, is he going to move further or not? You don't have to worry too much about if I'm going to move further. If I decide, it's like I ask you, are you going to take any shots? And you say no. I can go, okay, well, he's done moving there. You still can fire on him there and get the -1 non-assault movement or whatever modifiers might be, because I still have movement factors remaining. There is sometimes a discussion about whether or not you have to make that choice, and then as soon as I say, okay, he's done moving, now it's defensive fire, you don't get that anymore. I actually posted that question to Perry Cook at the MMP, and his answer was, it's not a race. So if as the moving player, I have movement factors remaining, and I say, okay, I'm done moving, the non-moving player, the non-phasing player, still has an opportunity to attack using defensive first fire. So he's done moving. You had no other shots anyhow, and my movement phase is over. So now it's defensive fire. Clear the residuals.
These guys here against your guys here. It's going to be a 4 halved because it's defensive fire, plus double because it's close, so it's going to be a 4 plus 2.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's what you were hoping for.
Yeah, no morale, or not morale. No modifier morale check.
3 of 5 on the 4.
Right? Is it a 3 plus 2? Right? It'd be a 5 on the 4 is a NMC. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's a MMC plus 1.
Yeah, it's a 1 MC.
Sorry.
And look at that.
Oh,
Okay, so that's more than my ELR. So the first thing I do here is ELR. All right, so he ELRs. He casualty reduces. So he becomes a half squad. Let's do that. And he's broken.
all right.
And your unit has final fired, so you want to put that on there.
Yeah. This guy here is firing on this guy here. So it's going to be 6 plus 3. 9, 10, 11. That's going to be nothing. I can't fire. This group here can't fire on this group down here because of this group here, right? Or
Well,
because
we're
they're
in the
broken.
defensive fire phase. In the defensive fire phase, if you have first fired, you can only final fire against adjacent enemy units.
What would be the point of me first final firing into a broken unit already? Is that even a reason to do
Yeah,
it, or
just to get it out of the way.
so? Let's do that.
All right.
So it's gonna be
Which
8.
one?
This guy here.
All right.
We'll fire on this unit here,
Mm-hmm.
and that's gonna be an 8.
He's first fired, so he's half firepower.
So it's gonna be a 4, and he's out in the open. But none of that because there's no movement. It's gonna be a 4 straight, right?
Correct. So he's halved
Right.
and doubled to a 4. Yeah. So 4 even.
Or even. Let's do that. Nope.
Okay.
And he
So he
cowers.
cowers to the 2 column, and that's 10 on the 2 is nothing.
Yeah.
And he's final fired. Mark it final fire.
Yep. And this group here, all 3 of them will. Well, first we'll have the flamethrower fire on this DM.
That unit has final fired, so he cannot fire.
He can't fire at
Final
all.
fired because he cowered. The squad final fired, even though it was the support weapon that he fired. He cowered.
Okay.
So he's done.
I don't think I could do anything else. I'm done.
These guys.
Who can they fire on? Is who I'm asking.
Fire at the broken unit.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So that's going to be so it'll be a 9 plus 2. 8, 9, 10. There is no 9, so 8 plus 2. And a 10 is a miss. That's it.
Advancing fire. Nothing. Route phase, clear the preps, clear the moves. He has to go to the nearest woods or building hex in movement factors. It's no closer to a known enemy unit. I want to know if he can see there, so I'm going to string that line of sight. Blocked. Alright, so he has no choice. He must go here. This guy, unlike woods, I can leave this building. This is a woods building hex that's closer in movement factors, but it's the same structure. So I can actually choose to leave that building. If I were in woods, I wouldn't have that option. He's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's gonna go 2, 4, 6. And those are my routes. You have
1.
You get this guy.
Now, he can't move to here because he's moving closer to this unit here, right?
Yes.
So basically his only route is either here.
Mm-hmm.
He can't go here because of this unit here, right?
It's the same distance in hex, and they're both 3 hexes away.
Yeah, 3 hexes away, so he could. I'm going to move him here, though. And that's it.
Advance. Okay. No close combat. Your turn 2.
So I could do a self rally with this guy.
Yes.
And it's a 7, but he's in a rally building, so it's going to be a 7 plus 3.
Yes.
Nope. I removed the marker though, right?
The marker must be removed because you are in a woods or building hex. All right, I get no self rallies, but first thing I have to do is I've got lots of things to repair. So this machine gun, nope. This machine gun, nope. Try to rally the 5 squad, so it's going to be a 5 minus 2. Nope. The DM squad, nope. DMs come off. Your prep.
The only one I would prep would be this guy up here. I'm thinking, do we even want to prep fire with him?
No, are you going to move him?
That's the thing. I don't know. That's the thing. I'm trying to think if I'm going to move him or not. I would like to move him, but at the same time, I maybe would use him. So like, you have your unit here, but they have the broken machine gun. I'm not, I'm worried about them, not like scared of them. You have your unit here, which is, annoying but not terrible. So it'd be nice to break them. So then these units here can move freely without having to be worried that you might fire on them from here. Granted, you have this unit here that could fire onto here easily. I could prep fire with this unit against them to try to maybe break them, but it's like, they don't have a lot. They would be a 4 plus 4.
Now it is only turn 2. A couple things to consider. You've got 4 turns yet. You can assume that you have control of this building. I might roll a 1
And get reinforcements.
and get reinforcements, but the odds of that are pretty low. Not a whole lot of firepower here to continue the assault this way.
Yeah, no, they were never...
At least in any meaningful way. I mean, you might be able to close things a little bit.
Yeah, my plan was always to do a strong kind of like door maneuver where like I move everything and then swing up and like use these guys as kind of pin your guys up there down while I move strongly from the left flank.
Yes.
So I guess that's their job is to kind of pin your guys down anyways, right? So like let's go ahead, let's do some prep firing with these dudes. Let's that was their orders to begin with. So who do I want to prep fire? Who do I want to fire on if I'm prep firing with this? It's going to be a 6 onto either here plus 3 or here plus 3. But which one do I want to fire on is the question. I'm going to fire on this guy here. So prep fire from N3 to Q5. A 6 plus 3. 9, 10, 11, 12, which is nothing. And then that's it for my prep firing. Movement. All right, let's do some easy movement first. So what happens if my units move into your unit where there's a broken unit?
You cannot move into them. You can advance into a hex, but you'll move adjacent to me. I'll get a DM counter, and then I will route away if I can.
So I'm going to move here. I'm going to assault move into here.
No shots.
All right, this unit here, I'm going to try to pop smoke into J4. Nope. And that's all they're doing. So with the light machine gun, they have the 1 PP, right?
Yes.
So this unit's movement is effectively just 3?
No, a squad has an inherent capacity of 3 portage points.
Okay.
So you can carry up to 3 portage points of support weapons before your movement factor is affected.
Moving here.
Okay, that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
No shots.
3.
No shots.
And then I'm going to quick time into here.
You can't. You have to you have to declare double time before you start to move.
Oh, okay.
So
you know what?
Go ahead and declare that if you want to.
Yeah, that was the plan, was to quick time.
All right.
So let's do that. Double time into that building.
All right. So just like assault movement, if you're going to double time, you have to declare that before you do any movement actions. Go ahead and do it. He's going to do a 4 plus 3. Plus 3 for the building, +1 for the hindrance in case 6, -1 non-assault. No effect. The residual would be a 2, but the hindrance brings it down to a 1. And you know what? I'm gonna, well, what make that's gonna be a 2 plus 3. I'm gonna go ahead and final fire. 2 plus 3. No effect. So I was able to do that because you expended 2 movement factors moving in the building.
I'm gonna assault into here,
Okay, you're there.
and I'm gonna move here.
If you assault move, that's
You gotta do that
just go
once.
1 hex.
Yeah. So I'm assaulting into there.
Okay.
Assaulting into here.
Okay.
I have 3 more turns. That's all I have to remember. I don't have to rush to get there. Assaulting into here.
Mm-hmm.
Assaulting into here.
Oh, you know what? I missed it. Okay, go ahead.
Moving. 1, 2, 4.
Okay, no shots.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I think I'm done moving.
Okay. So I missed a shot. I should have fired him there when you're moving. That would have been a
You want to
2.
take it? Take it.
So you'd be moving in the open, so that's a -1, but I got a +1 for the CX. So 5, 6 on the 2. That's a pin check.
All right. Defensive fire.
Yep. He's gonna go
And
4.
we move the residuals now.
Yes, yes.
Move residuals. And do I remove the movement or no?
Not until after the advancing fire phase. Here we're going to go 4 even there. 6 on the 4 I think is a normal.
5, I got it.
4 plus 3. Nothing. That's it.
Advanced firing phase. So I have a light machine gun and a heavy machine gun, but they still have to fire separately, right?
Those can combine into a fire group. The only thing you can't combine with a fire group in SK is the flamethrower.
Remind me, because they move, they fire at half, right?
Yes. Now, you can't fire a medium machine gun or a heavy machine gun that has moved. You cannot fire it in the advancing fire phase, so that's not included. The 4.67 is halved. Oh, both of them will be halved, and the light machine gun will be halved. So, so
2,
basically,
4, 5.5.
5.5. So this shot from these guys, I wouldn't include the light machine gun because it doesn't get you any further.
Let's do the 8 or the 4.
4.
Plus 2.
Yeah, what you're shooting here? Where you're shooting?
No, I'm shooting at your big group right here. Right here.
So that'll be a 4 plus
4
3.
plus 3. Yeah, because of the orchard. 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope.
Right. It does DM the broken squads because there was the possibility of a normal morale check.
Actually, I should have had them all fire on them.
Oh, you can still do it with the guys who are left. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because you had the leader. So use the leadership modifier and then these guys.
And then use all 3 of these units here, this group, and this group to fire onto here.
Yeah, we're going to do the math to see what it gets you there. So that's 4 hexes, so you get assault fire with him. That's a 4. He's 2. Another 2. And the 548, he's beyond normal range, so it's going to be halved for advancing fire and halved again for long range. So that's just going to be a 1. 2, 4, 8. Without the 548 here, you get yourself to an 8 plus 4.
Yeah, let's do that. 8 plus 4. 11 on the, it's nothing. Jesus, guys, come on.
7's an average roll. So you can't expect a lot with a 8 plus 4.
Would this be from here to here, a 4 plus 1?
1, 2, 3, 4. It's within normal range. So yes, it would be a 4 plus 1, but Can you see it?
Oh, damn that building and those people. I gotta keep remembering that. I'm like, oh, he's in the open. But I could fire on this group and just make them DM again, right? Or break them or get rid of them. Or I could do that on this group, can't I? Like, would it be worth
Yes.
to do that? Like, because it's advanced firing. Like, why not just try to get rid of these people?
Sure. I'm not going to waste my flamethrower and take a chance on losing the flamethrower. If you use the squad, he's halved and doubled because it's point blank, +1, so it's going to be a 6+1 shot there with the leader. There's no reason not to.
Let's do it. 5, 6. That's a morale check +1.
Okay. He fails, so now he's a half squad. Okay.
I'm gonna have them fire on this here.
All right.
2, 1, 2. No light machine gun, so it's gonna be a 4 plus 3.
+1 for the
Oh,
CX, +1
4
for the
plus 4.
hindrance, right? And a -1 for the leader. So 4+4.
4 plus 4. Nope. And I think that's all she wrote for me. Route phase. I have no one that needs to be routed.
He will low crawl there. Didn't fire on him, didn't fire on him. These guys going to go there, and the leader is going to go with him. That's it.
Now, do you roll for your reinforcements, or do you do that in movement?
On my turn at the very beginning, the first thing you do in the rally phase is reinforcements, and that's when I roll.
Advance phase. Now we're going to advance here. Um, they're advancing here. They're advancing here. They're advancing here. They're advancing here. And they're advancing here. That's my advance movement.
Okay. I'll clear the
Close
moves.
combat.
None.
Yeah, get rid of the moves. No close combat. And now we're in the rally. I have nothing to rally, but you have some things that you could rally.
Yeah, so I'm going to need to stop at this point. I got to start making dinner and got a couple things I need to do this afternoon. So. Well, this is where my opponent and I resumed the game a few days later. Unfortunately, I neglected to record the session, so I can't show you how things turned out. But it should come as no surprise that the Germans easily won the game. What I would like to do is take a moment and show you what the German player might have done on his turn 2. Who's clearly had the upper hand, and perhaps on my encouragement, my opponent was a bit conservative and didn't press his advantage right away. But let's take a look at an alternative approach that was a little more aggressive. Let's load the game where it stood at that point. So we're going to pick up the game just after the rally phase. If I recall correctly, this German unit successfully picked up that light machine gun. None of the support weapons were repaired, and none of the broken units rallied, including there. DMs all came off, and we go on to the prep fire phase. This German unit, he's not going to skulk anywhere, and he's not going to leave anywhere. He's doing a good job of keeping these guys from reinforcing over there, and should Russian reinforcements come on board, he'll be able to keep them a little bit at bay and restrict the movement. So he wants to stay there. Perhaps he'll get lucky and get a shot there, so we'll go ahead and take that 6+3 shot against there, and that's going to be no effect. That's prep fire, and we go right on to movement. Couldn't break that squad, so we'll just neutralize them with movement. We'll start with this squad. He's going to assault move there. The Russian player is thinking that there's going to be a lot more to come his way. Doesn't really want to waste his shot on 8+3, which is somewhat low odds, so he's going to hold his fire. The Russian player, or the German player, will continue. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Now he's going to take that shot. He's going to first fire. It's going to be an 8 plus 2. 9, 10, 11 is no effect. Leaves a 4 residual. He could final fire, but there's probably going to be more coming his way, so he's going to hold his fire. Now the German wants to see if he can draw some fire from here and from here. So we're going to start with this unit. He's going to use normal movement. Go 1. The Russian unit's going to take his first shot. So long range, 2. -1 non-assault, -1 moving in the open, +1 for the CX. So a 2 -1. 4 on the 2. Pretty good result. That's a 1 morale check. And the German player survives it, but he's pinned. And as I said, there'll be no residual there. 2 firepower, residual would be 1, reduced 1 column off the chart. So he's pinned there. He's going to hold his fire. Well, let's try this squad. He's going to go 2, 3. He can't final fire there. It's outside his normal range. This guy wants to hold his fire. His choice, if he doesn't have much to go with, so he wants to put residual there if he gets a chance. The German unit is going to try to place smoke for a 3rd movement factor. And he gets smoke. He's got 1 more movement factor remaining. And he's going to go ahead and go there for 4. Now the Russian player has got something to consider. Doesn't have much of a shot here. There's no way he's going to leave any residual. That would be a 4 +1 +2 +3, and then a -1 non-assault, and a -1 for the leader. So he's going to have a 4 +1 shot. Anything that goes there. The residual starts at 2, but it's going to be reduced to 3 columns, 1 for every positive modifier. So 2 columns and a 3rd column there. So there is now not going to be any residual. So he can hold his fire and perhaps shoot at someone else who might be coming up, or go after this one. I think I'm just going to go after the best odds and see what happens. So we'll take a shot there. That's going to be -1 non-assault, -1 with the leader. So 4 -2. 8 -2 is 6 on the 4 column is a normal morale check. 7. He passes. And that's going to leave 2 residual. Now the Germans have a lot of leeway for what they can do next. So we'll go with this 548. He's going to double time. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First he has to take that residual. 4 +2. 4 +2 is 6 on the 4 column. It's a normal morale check. Let's see how that works out. 8, he's pinned. Alright, since he's pinned and CX, we're going to put him on the bottom. Alright, since he's pinned, I can hold my fire there. Alright, I'm going to double time the leader with the demo charge. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, 4 +2 on 6, 7, 8 on the 4 column. I think just misses. It does. Alright, so now the Russian player is going to final fire. That'll be another 4 plus 2. 9, 10, 11, that's nothing. He could final protective fire at this. The risk, though, is, first of all, if he breaks, he's going to be out of the fight. The German player, he's likely going to come into close combat. 548 is pinned, and he's got those two squads. So he's going to have a 2-to-1. Could bring the leader in, but the leader has CX'd, so we may not want that +1, -1 factor in there, both for ambush and for the roll. But it would put the Russian at, well, it'd be, if he goes against everybody, it'd be 1-to-4. If he goes after one squad, he could get 1-to-1, or 1-to-2 with a -1 against the leader and squad. I think we're going to take our chances with the melee, or with close combat. He is not going to final protective fire. So the leader is going to use his last 2 movement factors. So that's going to be 7, 8. Now he doesn't take residual again. He's already taken residual once. You only take residual a second time or an additional time if there's a less positive or more negative modifier associated with it. So he would still be a 4 plus 2. So that is not a less positive or more negative modifier to that. Again, the Russian player could final protective fire 2 more times, as a matter of fact, because the German player expended 2 movement factors to place a demo charge. And if any of those final protective fire shots succeeded in either pinning or breaking that leader, the demo charge would not be placed. But as before, we're going to take our chances and hold there. The leader was CX, so he's going to get when the demo charge is detonated, there'll be a +3 for the building and a +1 for the CX leader who placed it. We'll take our chances on the 30 + 4. Alright, the rest of the people, I'm going to leave some firepower back here to cover, just in case the Russians do roll a 1. So I'm going to use this guy. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use him as well. He's going to go 2, 3. Moved adjacent, so it's going to DM them. This leader, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he is going to double time. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the conclusion of the German movement phase. Russian defensive fire. We'll clear the residuals. Notice the smoke goes away. He's first fired. He's first fired. All he's got is a 4 + 3 that he's going to take. That's no effect. That's final fire. That's all he's got. Advancing fire. Clear the defensive fire counters. First thing I'm going to do is let's explode this to see if I need to fire it. I can fire at something else potentially. As we said, 30 + 4 for the German. Ooh, that's going to hurt a little bit. 6 + 4 is 10 on the 30 column. 2 morale check. And he breaks. So, used up that demo charge. Alright, that CX is only on the leader. Let's move him down here with the pinned squad, just to clean things up. Okay, what else can we do? We don't want to take any chance on this guy rallying, so he's going to do a 2 + 1. That's no effect other than he's DM'd. Let's see. Let's see if we get any result from this. So he's going to do a 4 plus 2. Oh, look at that. A 4 on the 4 is a 1 check. And he passes. Jeez. All right, so that's advancing fire there. He can get a 4 plus 3. Pretty low odds. No reason not to. So he's going to go ahead and do that. No effect. These guys are going to do an 8 plus 3 there. Not going to include the machine gun. Oh, you know what I should have done is I would have brought him in, I think, because he would have gone into the close combat. So that'll be an 8 plus 2. 9, 10, 11 is no effect. He could fire down here. Well, yeah, he's going to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's normal range. So that's going to be a 4 plus 4 minus 2, a 4 plus 2. That's no effect. And actually, I guess one thing that I should have done, this one. Okay, so he's halved to 2.5, halved again, 1 3/4, but then doubled to 2.5. So I get another 4. That actually would have been a 12 plus, oh, but he's CX. So I get a 12 plus 3 or an 8 plus 2. I would have done the 12 plus 3 personally. Either way, it didn't matter. He's got nothing worth. He could do 2 plus 2. Sure. Might get lucky here. 2 plus 2. Cowers, no effect. Oh, yeah, and he advanced fired. That's the completion of the advancing fire phase, so we'll clear the preps, clear the moves, go to route. Pinned, no broken, DM'd German squads. So the Russian, oh, and I did fire on there, so they are DM'd. So they're going to route away. Well, he might be able to, that would be the best place. Best place he's got to go is right there. And the leader's going to go with him. He's going to go there as well. So he's going to go 2, 4. Clean this up just a tad. This unit can't go that way. So he can go there or there. Actually, he can't go, yeah. So, no, can't end up there, even though, because it's closer there. So his target hex is going to be here. So he's going to have to go there. And he'll go there. That's it for route phase, advance. So we're going to have all of these guys advance there. I'm going to have the leader go in there, try to rally that. He's going to move, go there. I'm going to go there, go there. He's pinned there, there, and he's going to stay there. No close combat. So we flip this now over, we clear the pins and the moves. Now this is a much stronger position with very little risk. Just a little bit more risk than he took before, but a much stronger position. The Russian player, if he happens to roll a 1, is not going to enter anywhere around here. This medium machine gun is going to be able to reach all the way out to here. If the reinforcements come on, this is the only place they're going to come on and try to reinforce this building. So if I were playing it, that's how I might try to execute the German move. So, thank you again for watching. I hope you found this instructive, and please return again.